Hello students, I Dr. Apurvanand, Professor and Head Mechanical Engineering Department, Dean School of Engineering, Babu Banarsi Das University, Lucknow. Today I am going to take lecture number 14 on advanced welding. The topics which I will be covering today will be brazing, soldering, braze and underwater welding. So, students, you must have seen my earlier lectures, and there whatever welding has been discussed, that the method of welding we have discussed, the accuracy, to get accuracy in the welding we have discussed, different factors we have discussed. But whatever welding I have discussed was focused more than for the material which is more than 20 thick. What happens if we start welding for thinner materials, or start welding for material which are of different materials and could not withstand with high heat or high temperature. So, for that cases, this type of cases are classified under low temperature weldings, and they are basically brazing, soldering and braze. Underwater welding is a different type of welding, which today I will be taking in my lecture. So, these are the topics of today's discussion. So, what is welding, brazing and soldering? Welding is welding, brazing and soldering are all methods for joining two or more pieces for pieces of material, primarily metals. The key difference among these processes is temperature used to create the joint. So, when I say welding, brazing and soldering, so how it is different from brazing and soldering are different from welding? It's all depend on the type of material we are taking, the thickness of the material and the temperature we are working on. So, we all know welding, what is welding? For the majority of the process involved under welding involves melting of the base material to create a joint where welding may or may not involve the use of filler material or it may use shielding gases as and when required. Where in brazing and soldering is the essence, in this essence are the same in that way that they both melt the filler material like braze and solder only, not the base material. So, this is the basic one difference, not the base material. The liquid filler material wets the base materials through capillary action. When the liquid filler material solidifies, it bonds the base material, creating a joint. Fine. So, remember one thing, the welding we are using filler materials or shielding gases, here nothing like that, and through capillary action we are doing this brazing and soldering, and when it solidifies, the it bonds the base material and creating a joint. Fine. So, I already said that this is low temperature method of doing joining two materials. So, temperature range of welding, brazing and soldering. So, when you see that scale, you will understand that what is the difference of temperature, which range we follow for soldering, brazing and which range we follow for welding. Solder alloys with melting temperature below 840 Fahrenheit and considered to be soft, and any soldering done above 840 Fahrenheit is referred to as brazing or hard soldering, also called silver soldering, when a silver alloy is used. As for welding, the processes occur much higher up on the scale that is at more than 5000 Fahrenheit and up, fine. So, students, you have to remember that on a temperature scale, when you see there is a large difference. Brazing and soldering and hard soldering, it depends on temperature. For higher temperature we say hard soldering and it is nothing but brazing, but when you go above 5000 Fahrenheit, then it is welding. So, you have to choose the particular material which can come under this section. So, when I am saying that it is a low temperature phenomena, this is low temperature joining phenomena, that means you will take thin sheets and then you can do the welding. For your understanding, you must have seen radios or TVs, PCB sheets in which that microchips, capacitors, resistance are are joined. So, in that case, when you are joining that capacitor, you are doing basically hard soldering or soldering whatever type of component it is. So, the application, just for your understanding purpose, I have taken this example, so that you can understand it better. I will show you a temperature scale which will let you know. This temperature range is for brazing and soldering. If you see 840 0 to 840 Fahrenheit, it is for soft soldering or soldering, fine. And above 840 and you can see the red the temperature scale up to red point. Up to that point, it is hard soldering. So, when I say hard soldering, remember student, it is nothing but brazing. And for welding, if you go above that scale, that is 50K Fahrenheit or just near about, it means you are dealing with very high temperature, and that will be the portion of welding, which is on a scale you can easily understand. So, that is a major difference. When anybody asks you what is soldering, brazing or welding, what is difference in that, you have to tell that the basic is the thickness of material. Difference is that you take thin materials in that, and definitely the temperature scale what I have shown is the major difference between welding, brazing and soldering. In fact, brazing and soldering lie in the one family and welding lie in a different family. So, what is soldering, or how we can understand soldering, and what we have to do? Students, solders are melted using heat from a temperature controlled soldering iron. The solder melts at a temperature below 450 degrees Celsius. A flux is used in soldering to clean the metal surface, allowing easier flow of the liquid metal over the base metal. So, whatever base material you are working on, the liquid a flux is used, so that the material the upper surface can be clean. Base material suitable for joining by soldering include brass, copper, iron, gold and silver. Filler materials used in the soldering were once lead based. However, regulations are there nowadays. Lead base has been replaced by non-lead versions, and which may consist of bismuth, copper, indium, tin and silver. So, because of the hazardous output of these lead based fluxes, we have replaced it. And nowadays these whatever I have taken the names like bismuth, copper, iron, silver, tin are used according to the application we are doing. If it is a if it is a very sophisticated soldering, and it is a part of a very sensitive part, then we use silver soldering is used. It depends the type of application we are doing. So, soldering is widely used in electronics industries, I already said, for making electrical connections such as joining copper to printed circuit board PCB. That is one thing I think each student must have seen in his life, that PCB board, that is the green board on which different components of electronics are soldered. So, that is done, and that is again the joining of components or joining of the material, because at the end it is a joining of material only. So, soldering is very very important and effective there. Advantage of soldering: having a lower power input and processing temperature compared to welding and brazing. This has an advantages over the welding and brazing. You can you are using low temperature for the processes, and that can easily join the component. If you increase the temperature, the chances are there it will spoil that, it may spoil the surrounding area which the material is or the component is joined. Being able to join dissimilar base material, that is one advantage. Being able to join thin walled parts, having a minimal thermal distortion and residual stresses in joint. Students, whenever we use high temperature, material will undergo a typical type of stresses, that is it may be a tensile stresses and compressive stresses when it cools down. So, if you are using on a PCB board a very high temperature, then your PCB board will get spoiled. So, here if we do not have a soldering method, then it could have been a difficult for all of us to get that electronic gadgets. Because it is concentrated in a very small area where the component welding is going on, soldering is going on, so or joining is going on. So, it has a least effect on other nearby parts. Not needing a post processing heat treatment. So, we do not need these things before doing the soldering. So, these are the advantages of students. There are disadvantages too, because everything which has some positive has also got some negative aspects. So, producing lower strength of joint compared to welding and brazing, making them undesirable for load bearing and application. I already said that it is only concentrated to a very confined area where the two materials are joined, where the material is joined, where the component is joined with the help of soldering. So, if you apply a load means, suppose that PCB circuit, you are having a resistance welded on it, soldered on it. So, if you start moving it, it cannot bear the load. It cannot bear the load. That is what is the disadvantage of soldering. It may break, or sometime or other, if the high temperature goes in that PCB circuit, high current goes in that PCB circuit because of some wrong connection, then definitely that component, because of that intense heat, it breaks or it fails. So, that is it has a very less load bearing capacity. Not being able to join large section, that is one, you have to concentrate on a very small confined area. Producing joint that are unsuitable for higher temperature application. I already given the example of if a current of a high current due to any reason goes in the PCB circuit, it may spoil the circuit. And when I say spoil the circuit, it spoil the welding joints, the soldering joints, and when I say soldering joints, that means it will spoil the circuit, and because of this reason this may spoil. Suppose that cost is very high of that PCB circuit, it will spoil the whole equipment. And fluxes may contain toxic components. I said that we earlier we used to have lead type of fluxes, and at when we use lead type of fluxes, it was toxic. So, sometime or other if we are using lead type fluxes, it will be a disadvantage for our health. So, now it has new fluxes has came, and then we can replace those lead fluxes with those, but it increases the cost. So, remember student, these are the disadvantages of soldering. Now, how brazing is done? Brazing is considered as a high temperature version of soldering. When I have shown that temperature diagram, I have written, I have shown shown here, if you remember this slide, hard soldering. I have shown this. This is hard soldering. So, brazing is nothing but hard soldering done above 840 Fahrenheit. I will quickly come to my slide. So, brazing is considered as a high temperature version of soldering. There are several brazing variants, including torch brazing, vacuum brazing, furnace brazing, and induction brazing. Regardless of type of braze, filler metals at a temperature above 450 degrees Celsius, but always below that of base material to be joined. The filler metal while it is heated slightly above the melting point is protected by a suitable atmosphere, which is often supplied by the flux, as with soldering also helps in clean the metal surface. Base materials suitable for brazing includes aluminum, copper, gold, nickel, silver and steel. Primary filler materials used in brazing include aluminum, cobalt, copper, gold, nickel or silver. Brazing is a reliable, commercially accepted process used in wide range of industries due to its flexibility and higher integrity with the joints, and that joints may get produced. So, remember when we do soldering, it is concentrated to a very small confined area, concentrated to one or two component, but that are weak, they are weak in the joints. And but here when you work on a higher temperature more than 840 Fahrenheit, then or 440-50 degrees Celsius, then brazing is a reliable commercial accepted process. It has certain advantages over soldering. Advantages of brazing. Student, I have told that if you work on a very low temperature, then definitely the type of joint which is made, which will be the output of that welding of that soldering will be weaker in section, will be weaker easily. When under load it can fail, but in brazing you can have a control over this. Having lower power input and processing temperature higher than the welding produce lower than the welding products joint with minimum thermal distortion and residual stresses when compared to welding, not needing a post processing heat treatment. Being able to join dissimilar base materials, producing a stronger joint than the soldering. That is what I was saying. That is the major advantage of getting going for the brazing operation. Remember students, it has more application than joining the PC boards component. You can weld artificial jewelries, you can weld decorative pieces. It is also used in many areas of welding that refrigeration units. They are used in refrigeration unit to weld copper pipes. So, seeing the type of advantages, brazing has an upper hand than soldering. Disadvantages of brazing: producing lower strength joint compared to welding. That we all know that brazing is done at a lower temperature than welding. So, definitely the type of strength of joint will be lesser than welding. Producing joint that are not as well suited to high temperature application as welds. Fluxes may, here also fluxes may contain toxic components already discussed, that can easily be replaced with non toxic lead based fluxes. So, what is braze? Students, in your syllabus there is one topic which is known as braze welding. So, braze welding is a process of almost equal importance to the user of an oxyacetylene welding output. You remember that oxyacetylene welding, recall that it is closely resembles fusion welding in several important respect. It is use of produce of joints of excellent strength in steel, in cast iron and in copper and some copper alloys. So, almost similar feature, but done at lower temperature. Difference between brazing and braze welding, it is very important to understand here. Students, in brazing process the filler metals is filled into the tight fitting joint through capillary action. However, in brazing welding the filler material is deposited in many ways other than capillary action. So, this is the main difference. This capillary action means it you can you must have seen that if you put a pipe there, the liquid will go up. So, that is a capillary action. So, this is the main difference between brazing and braze welding. Soldering applications is used to join automobile radiators, used for to plumbing, many useful electronic industries, radio, TV, computer industries, for joining wires and cables. So, this and electrical industries. So, these are the wide application of soldering which is used in the industry. So, these are the application of brazing. You may see many uses I have shown. Some of them are solar panels, lighting and light fixtures, measuring equipments, fine, electromechanical system, jewelry, or jewelry you can see, jewelry, automotive, glasses, specs which we wear. So, these are the wide application of brazing. Underwater welding. Underwater welding is an important, this is something which is different from brazing and which is something which is different from brazing and other welding, so brazing, soldering, and this is a different topic. It is in your syllabus. So, I have to take here. Underwater welding is an important tool for underwater fabrication work. Basically, you see in the global scenario, when you see a lot of oil rigs have came in last 20-25 years, lot of sea activities, ship activities has increased. So, these all are made from materials are made and they need repairs, they need regular when you are developing a oil rig, then you need to go under deep under sea under sea, and then you have to weld these things. So, underwater welding is the way same, whatever welding we have studied, it is done in the same way, but underwater welding has gained popularity when you have come with waterproof electrodes, and then if you see the technology, students, these underwater welding techniques have taken by the industry when these underwater electrodes have came, and that has came because of the demand, like oil rigs you have to make in ocean. So, when you have to make these in ocean, then you need to develop a structure, and that is only process by tightening nut and bolts, by doing welding. So, this underwater welding is very important topic. There are two type of underwater welding, wet welding and dry welding. Wet welding process is carried out at an ambient water pressure in which the weld is exposed to water. This is carried out by a special waterproof stick electrode with no physical barrier between water and welding. This increases the freedom of movement, makes wet welding most effective, efficient and economical method. Dry welding, underwater wet welding, dry welding is a primarily used at shallow depth. We need for larger depth emerges underwater dry welding, producing in the first choice. Moreover, uses of underwater dry welding method offers accomplishment of preparation welds. So, advantages of dry underwater welding: better driver safety, better quality welds, no buildup of hydrogen and oxygen pockets that is dangerous while doing the welding, allow for heat treatment before and after welding, that surface monitoring possible. Disadvantages: required larger and complex equipment, chamber. So, that chamber is there which goes under the water and it has to be fabricated differently for different type of application. Cost is very high and more energy is required. So, advantages and disadvantages of wet water welding: the versatility of low cost welding makes the method highly desirable, fast method. It is less costly compared to dry welding. Students, there are certain disadvantages. There is a rapid quenching of weld metals by the surrounding water, although the quenching increase the tensile strength, but it has to be taken care. So, these are the different type of advantage and disadvantage of dry and wet water welding, and application is huge. So, today I have completed two portions. One is soldering, brazing and braze, and the second part is underwater welding. Student, I feel that you can refer these books and can take advantage of my lecture by referring these books. So, thank you very much and I hope you will enjoy in this lecture. Thank you very much.